And we got a lot of moisture in that air, which is starting to drop down to the surface as we know what forms fog. So some areas right now that are dealing with some low visibility issues closer to the coastline. So Wharton, Matagorda, Brazoria, those are some of the areas where you're seeing some reduced visibility down to 1/4 of a mile. A pocket for the south side of Harris County too. So think the Bel Air area, just take it nice and slow. Use the low beam lights on. It is a foggy start to the day. And if you don't see fog, you'll see plenty of cloud cover out there that is still keeping us nice and warm this morning. 65 degrees. We're 3 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. The breeze coming in out of the Gulf. So yes, we have some humidity out there today for the first day at the rodeo and plenty of heat. Are you headed out there for the carnival? Taking the kiddos for the start. It is going to be 81 degrees at that point. If you're going for the concert, Riley Green kicking things off today, 74 degrees by 7 p.m. You do not have to worry about the rain today or tomorrow, Jen, but look at this. A very rainy week ahead as we head into Wednesday weeks and when it ends, but your chances of actually seeing it here are pretty low because, well, Alona and Jacob, we just hit on it. It is going to be pretty cloudy tomorrow morning. So it starts, we're supposed to be seeing this right around 3 o'clock in the morning. It peaks right around 5. That's the view we should be seeing where there to be no cloud cover. And then it ends right around 6:03. Unfortunately, yes, we are tracking quite a bit of humidity, and so that does build in on the cloud cover for the next couple of mornings. I think it's still worth a shot though. If you're waking up this early anyways, just step outside, gaze up at the sky, and try to find that beautiful celestial sight that we'll have tomorrow. We've got a sunny and pleasant start to the week. You don't have to worry about any rain until we head into Wednesday. And then we'll keep that umbrella handy, just throw it in the back seat because you are going to need it for the rest of the week. And this weekend especially is when those rain chances start to ramp up. For this morning, the moisture is mainly by way of fog. So we are continuing to track foggy conditions for Colorado, Wharton down to the coastline, Matagorda, Brazoria. You're the areas that are seeing the more dense fog setting up closer to the surface. So those are areas where you are going to have reduced visibility. Live look, the Gulf Freeway towards downtown. Visibility looks good there. Temperature wise, we're starting off a little warmer than we were yesterday morning. Mild though, 64 degrees for Galveston, 62 for Brenham, 63 Pearland to Conroe, and 65 for IAH. Tomball, you're in the 60s too, but it looks like your gauge is down. Are you headed for the first day of the rodeo? This is what you can expect. We are going to see peaks of sunshine in the afternoon and overall a really nice, comfortable day. You'll feel a little bit of a breeze, but it's really not going to be impacting you very much today. Tomorrow, I will say the wind picks up and you're going to be holding onto your hat. By this evening, if you're going to the concert, you will be in the 70s. If you are keeping it in town, you are not going to the rodeo today, but maybe you're going a little later this week. Here's what you can expect. Right around 80 for the high, 82. On Tuesday, still no rain. Notice by Wednesday, we start to hike up the rain chances, but those temperatures are staying pretty steady. So the pattern this week is warm and rainy. Two time frames stand out. Wednesday, a higher rain chance, take a little bit of a lull. Thursday, Friday, then those rain chances peak again for this weekend. Luckily for Wednesday, we are not under a severe threat. The severe threat is for DFW. But notice what happens here. We got our first chance for some showers on Wednesday, most of the activity north of us, and then another round of storms coming in for this weekend. At this point, the low pressure system is closer to us, and we've got a higher chance to see the threat in Dallas start scooting a little bit further south. So I will keep an eye on it. Regardless of the severe threat, we are looking at some rain. Notice the more significant rainfall, potentially some flood threats, will be for DFW. We will take any rain we can get, though, because the drought monitor shows we're in the red. Washington, Austin, Colorado to Liberty, and that is an extreme drought. 7-day forecast looks like this. So even though we've got incoming rain, really doesn't affect temperatures all that much. Maybe the cloud cover and the rain cooled air keeps us in the 70s for this weekend, but that's splitting hairs, Jen. Low 80s, upper 70s, kind of the same thing. It's warm and sticky, and you'll need your umbrella.
I know, and really warm compared to.
This will all start to lift by 9 and then we can enjoy the rest of the day. We made it. Best time of the year is here. I cannot wait for the rodeo this year. Notice the areas that are dealing with some patchy dense fog, mainly for our southwest side of the viewing area. So from Colorado all the way down to Matagorda, there's a swath of some dense fog that's giving you about a quarter of a mile visibility, but then isolated pockets even in Harris County. So think from Sugar Land to Richmond through Bel Air, we will have some areas that have dense fog. Along the coastline, there's some pockets of fog. Galveston this morning, Pleasure Pier, it is soupy, 63 degrees to start you off. Yes, on the mild side temperature wise, but we will get warm and we will get humid through the afternoon. 65 degrees at IAH this morning. Monday at the rodeo looks like this. If you're going at 2 o'clock, you're at 82 degrees. If you're staying for the concert, you'll be enjoying a nice, comfortable 70s. No wind for today. By Tuesday, that's when the wind starts to ramp up. Jen, look for some gusts at around 20 miles an hour. I say that because I'm just getting started. I cannot wait. It really is the best time of the year, and it kicks off today. We're starting off the day with some patchy dense fog. Notice a lot of us, though, are just seeing that moisture suspended on top of us, so not really impacting driving conditions for Herman Park, for the Gulf Freeway towards downtown. Now, Gulf Freeway towards Galveston, that is where you are going to see some impacts. Galleria area looks okay right now. Current visibility is shaping up like this. There's a pocket of dense fog right around the Pearland area, and then there is another pocket of fog, really dense, closer towards Matagorda. Immediate coastline Galveston, not too bad, but we will see some of that fog continue to intensify over the next couple of hours. So that's a snapshot at 7:30. Fog possible for both airports too. It'll only last a little while though. By 9 o'clock, there is no more fog to talk about. Unfortunately though, there's plenty of cloud cover. Why is this important? Well, we've got a total lunar eclipse. It actually peaks tomorrow, and you'll notice that this is what you're supposed to see. Unfortunately, I don't think many of us are going to see it because of the clouds. Still worth checking it out though, especially if you're already awake at this hour. It's going to peak at 5:04. The rest of your day, once the cloud cover starts to break, will be nice and warm. A beautiful afternoon ahead. Your high temperature is going to pop up to around 83 degrees for today. No rain for the start of the week, and then the rest of it is pretty stormy. You'll notice, first off, we have a pretty good rain chance by the middle of the week Wednesday. We take a little lull Thursday, Friday, and then rain really ramps up for this weekend. And not just showers at this point. I think we could see a couple of stronger storms. So let's talk about our first rain chance. This is mainly fueled by high pressure as it scoots off towards the east. Clockwise flow brings in some Gulf moisture. Most of the storms, though, on the stronger side are going to stay closer to Dallas for Wednesday. Now, as we head into the weekend, a big low pressure system drops and digs further south. That is going to kick up some storms for southeast Texas as well, alongside the north portion of the state, which right now is flagged for the potential of severe weather. I'm going to watch this closely because I can see this being pushed down closer towards us as we get into that shorter range. We get higher resolution models. Check out the expected rainfall. Dallas with a big bullseye of heavy rain all the way down the I-35 corridor towards San Antonio. They certainly need the rain. We actually do too. Notice that red extreme drought starting to creep up closer and closer towards Harris County. So seeing rain in the forecast, and we've got some good rain chances multiple days this week, is actually a good thing. And notice, Jen, even though it's going to be rainy this week, those temperatures are staying pretty warm. Highs in the 80s for the most part and lows in the upper 60s.
All right.